Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm a civil engineer here at M&M Engineering. Behind every successful production process in our factory come quality materials, skilled employees, and reliable equipment. Specifically, rebar and pre-stressing cable from Benny's, which are the building blocks of our products.
Not all rebar and steel are created equal. At Benny's, quality is savings because building with trusted materials means building stronger, safer, and longer.
Through Benny's Enterprises and Banquet, M&M Engineering has access to the highest quality products and heavy-duty machinery that help us improve efficiency, maintain productivity, and provide the most reliable solutions to our clients.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, BELIZE Tax Service Workers stage walkout due to SARA legislation. Belize Electricity Limited experienced countrywide blackout, and new FFB Technical Director Vin Blaine talks new vision for Belize football. These stories and more coming up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Cyber Realty and Development is the leader in providing solutions to the current land crisis in Belize. For homeowners and investors alike, Cyber Realty is offering special deals on half-acre parcels in its new Emery Village development. Enjoy prime land off mile 37 on the George Price Highway at an unbeatable price. All you need is the initial down payment of $275 Belize dollars. Take advantage and reserve your half-acre home sites today. Emery Village. Join the community. Invest in your future.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived. So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Sabre Realty and Development is the leader in providing solutions to the current land crisis in Belize. For homeowners and investors alike, Sabre Realty is offering special deals on half-acre parcels in its new Emery Village development. Enjoy prime land off mile 37 on the George Price Highway at an unbeatable price. All you need is the initial down payment of $275 Belize dollars. Take advantage and reserve your half-acre home sites today. Emery Village. Join the community. Invest in your future.
Good evening and welcome to Plus News for today, Wednesday, August 26, 2026. I am Julian Cruz. Tax officers all over the country staged walkouts today in rejection of the legislation establishing the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA. "We shall not be moved" was a chant from the tax workers at the Belmopan Tax Department as they voiced concerns over the new bill and what it means for their future within the public service. SARA is part of the government's effort to modernize tax administration, reduce tax evasion, and improve overall national revenue efficiency. The reform is ultimately intended to replace the existing BELIZE Tax Service Department. The transition has faced pushback from the Public Service Union, which has questioned job security, transparency, and the level of consultation with affected workers. Tax officers say they have had little to no consultation from the government since the legislation passed. Instead, they have been given an ultimatum to decide whether to transition into SARA or seek employment elsewhere in the public service. Earlier this month, the government of Belize released a statement clearing up what it deemed as misconceptions surrounding the adjustment. In that effort, they explained that workers should not worry about losing their jobs as each are guaranteed placement. But how trusting are workers of this assurance from the government? We were at this morning's walkout in Belmopan and spoke to PSU's Secretary General, Cordelia Belize.
Earlier this month, the government said that workers should not be concerned about their jobs. Do you think that's a fair assurance?
The thing is that until you see it in black and white, then you believe it. All right. So far we have not. The government has not been operating in good faith, and we are not pleased about that. So as tax officers, what they're saying for the most part, where their conditions of service lies, is that they must resign or they must apply for positions over at the new authority. We do not believe that to be fair, whereas staff have many years of service. They have sacrificed, to grow this department. So we're of the view that maybe it is for those who are willing to transition into the authority that they be given that opportunity, and to be able to transition freely without having to interview and then later on being told, no, that you don't have a place here. So we're of the view that where the HR matters are concerned, that those must be taken seriously and they must be given a fair opportunity to either transition into the wider public service or, remain and stay under the authority without having to go through any tedious process for interviews. That's just one of their major concerns now. The second one has to do with the structure of the board, and the responsibility of the board, instead of it being an oversight committee, rather a board that would be empowered to be able to
look after the administrative decisions of the authority as is, instead of power lying in any one individual person's hand. Again, like I said, there has been no meaningful consultation with the union. So we await to hear what's next from the Project Steering Committee of SARA.
A similar demonstration was held in Belize City, where PSU President Dean Flowers delivered strong remarks in support of the workers.
You should never be leading an institution like this when you don't look after the best interests of your staff. You go in a committee meeting and tell them people we don't have nothing to say, we not sell no nothing, we not shame on themselves. And if the government have any sense, they will ask them to resign, step down and go home.
We shall not be moved just like a tree that's planted by the waters. We shall not be moved.
We're fighting for
our children. We shall not be moved. We're fighting for our children. We shall not be moved just like a tree that's planted by the waters. We shall not be moved. Black and white together.
PSU President Dean Flowers also pointed to what the union considers deficiencies in the SARA bill, particularly regarding how staff will be employed and transferred. According to Flowers, the bill should have already established a process for the employment and transfer of staff rather than seeking to set regulations in place to address such matters. Another area of concern the President spotlighted is the powers being given to the Public Service Minister. Flowers warned that until there is proper accountability and impactful consultation with workers, the public can expect greater action from other departments attached to the union in the weeks ahead.
There's a total of 236 employees. I was reviewing some minutes this morning from the very first meeting that we had back in July, and it suggests that 153 employees will have to interview. It means that 83 employees will be handpicked, I guess, by the appointed CEO, because it doesn't appear that every single employee will have to interview. And I know that the bill also does not provide for the CEO or the chief officers to be interviewed. And so I think that is something that also needs addressing, that there must be an open and transparent interview process for the chief executive officer. There must be an open and transparent interview process for chief executive officers, so that we do not create what the bill attempts to create, which is an organization that can easily be hijacked by a minister who is answerable to no one. The bill kicks the accountant general out the door. She's not even recognized in the bill, because the minister gains all the power of the contractor and auditor general, and he makes the rules. And I'm going to use this platform to ask you, Marisol, and ask your viewers to please read that dangerous bill for Belize. That bill is dangerous. It will do us harm, and it will sure as hell do the employees who remain behind harm, because there will be no checks and balances by those oversight bodies, and those powers are now vested in the minister. And if you want to see his procurement rules, you have to pay. Can you imagine that? The bill provides that those who want to see the procurement rules must pay for it. This is madness. This is craziness. There should be a provision in the law that provides that there shall be established a procedure in terms of how staff are employed, how they are transferred, how they are disciplined. And they will say, oh, no man, we do that through a regulation. But you don't have to do it if the law no call for it. So we have to just hope and pray. You don't leave these things to these type of management. You don't leave these things to these political leaders. You put it in the law so that you protect yourself. And that is what we're demanding, protection of the staff. The message today, I hope that the Minister of Public Service understands the message. I hope that he takes the message serious. And I hope that the Belizean people understand that this is not about the staff. This is about your tax dollars that is being hijacked and placed under the control of a singular minister and a singular CEO who speaks to each other and speaks to nobody else and is accountable to nobody else, and that we cannot allow. We must push back on that. There's potential for greater action. There will be greater action, but we have to be strategic. Today we wanted to send a message, and today we wanted to ascertain in which offices we're strong and in which offices we have to work, in which districts we have to work. But we have a strategic approach, and we will disrupt services not only in this office, but in other critical office in the week to come. We will be strategically asking support for this office in other critical ministries and departments, because you touch one, you touch all. And I think the Belizean people and the public officers and the membership is starting to understand that today, the BTSD, yesterday, that my company's registry, tomorrow it could be me.
BEL explains countrywide power outage on Tuesday night. We'll share more on that situation when Plus News returns.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Connection isn't something you switch on. It's something you build together.
Connected through culture.
Culture isn't preserved in silence. It's kept alive through participation.
Connected through education.
Education doesn't always look like a classroom. Sometimes it looks like someone taking the time to teach and someone else choosing to learn.
Connected through sports.
Before the wins, before the applause, there's belonging. Here, young people learn more than how to play. They learn how to stand together.
Connected through community.
Community isn't a campaign, it's showing up. Not once, but every time it matters.
Connected through you.
Behind every connection is a person who cares, people who listen, people who stay. We don't just connect services, we connect you to your world.
Connected through every chapter.
SMART, bringing people together.
There have been a lot of questions about what the proposed broadcasting bill could mean for online content creators. So, here are answers to some of the most frequently asked questions. You create content online. You post videos, go live, work with brands, and maybe even get paid for advertising or sponsorships. But does getting paid for your content mean you now need a broadcasting license? The short answer is not automatically. There are specific requirements that determine whether you're considered a national online broadcaster under the proposed law. First, do you fall under the definition? You may be considered a national online broadcaster if all of these apply. 1. You control the broadcast. 2. You broadcast exclusively online. 3. Your broadcasts are mainly directed to Belize. And 4. Your advertising or sponsorship revenue comes predominantly from Belizean citizens. If all 4 apply, you may fall within the National Online Broadcaster category. So, if all 4 apply to me, does that mean I need a license? Not necessarily. If you fall within the category, the proposed framework provides for exemptions where the regulations allow. So, you may still qualify for an exemption. What determines an exemption? When developing exemption rules, the BBA will consider how much you earn or benefit, including revenue or other business benefits from your broadcasts. They will also consider how often you broadcast, including how frequently and how many broadcasts you make. Another factor is how big your audience is, based on your average or highest audience size. And they'll consider who can watch, including whether your broadcasts are open to the public in Belize or limited to a particular group. Other relevant public interest factors may also be considered. So here's the bottom line. Getting paid to create content does not automatically mean you need a license.
It's been a while, you know, they have been asking, and finally this year, because it's been like 5 years now, you know, they have been saying, you know, we need help. Because they would have asked me, I don't have the knowledge and I won't try to tell them what I don't know. I could just tell them, my dad used to be a farmer, so I would just know so much. But we need someone that has the knowledge and have studied these things. So that's how we came up with getting an agronomist to assist these farmers. They have asked for it. And the government of Belize, along with BNBC, have assisted us with getting a personnel from the country of Cuba to come and assist us. The agronomist plays an important role, of course, right? Because, you know, we are using different chemicals for weed control, and if you do not do the right dosage at the right time with the right weather, I have learned that from this agronomist, that you cannot just say, get up today and say, or call and say, we need the drone today, we need to spray. No, you know, the agronomist is trained to, or he studied these things, right? So we listen to him. His help has been, you know, very important to these farmers. The farmers, they have responded with his knowledge to them, helping them to you know, improve their quality, their techniques, you know, maybe what they were doing. With the help from him, it's a better way to do it. We try to be fair, and we also want all the farmers to be happy with, you know, the assistance we're giving them. Production won't increase like maybe this year. Gradually you will see it increase more and more each year. So we will need him, we will need his assistance.
When I install an AC system, I recommend Rheem from Belize. Unlike inferior units that drive up electricity costs, restrict yard flow, and wear out quickly, Rheem has the right solution for every space. With a wide range of options, I can choose the right Rheem system to keep every customer cool, comfortable, and satisfied. Because at Belize, quality is savings.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
Belize Electricity Limited, BEL, has provided an update following a major power outage that affected customers across the entire country last night. BEL explained that the shutdown was as a result of a temporary loss of power from Mexico's Comisión Federal de Electricidad, CFE, due to faults on the Mexican power system. At the time, available in-country generation stood at approximately 103 megawatts, with evening peak reaching 122 megawatts, resulting in a shortage of approximately 19 megawatts. The sudden loss of a significant portion of electricity supply activated BEL's grid protection system to restore the system balance by shedding load in various parts of the national grid. According to BEL, this resulted in outages across several service areas countrywide until the supply from CFE was restored at 10:54 p.m. Available in-country generation continues to be constrained by a combination of seasonal and maintenance-related factors. Certain renewable generation sources remain unavailable due to seasonal conditions, while some generating units are out of service for maintenance and others are operating at reduced capacity. These factors continue to limit the overall availability of local generation sources. BEL has since released another load-shedding schedule, with outages expected to alternate in different parts of the country tonight. The company maintained that updates will continue to be shared through the BEL 24/7 app as BEL's official communication channels. Yesterday, August 25, the Football Federation of Belize held a press conference in Belmopan to introduce its technical staff. The event presented a new addition to the staff, including the appointment of Jamaican football coach Vin Blaine was as technical director, and Peruvian football veteran Martin Daliorso Patri as the new head coach. During the press conference, officials pointed to key advancements ahead for football in Belize and the efforts that they have been making so far to achieve those goals. One topic of conversation revolved around qualifying for the World Cup. FFB's new technical director spoke about some of the upcoming events aimed at boosting momentum towards that goal.
But the original idea is to make sure our youth teams are being developed. But the priority right now is our senior national men's team, which means because we're preparing for the Nations League, that taking place in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I should say. And that is important for us as a nation because it will put us on the map. Again, I think the last time we qualified was back in like 2013, if I remember correctly. So now what we are trying to do is get back into a position where we can now qualify for the Gold Cup. Once we come out ahead in this group, which is, I hate to say easy group, but it's a group that I think we can manage. And the preparation just started. It's a little bit late, but I think with a little hard work from the players and the coach, new coach, I think we can make it because we want to get to the World Cup. So the World Cup is something that we really want to go to again. And that is dependent on us getting through the Nations League, qualify for the World Cup, and then get us to play off for World Cup qualifications. What I saw here over the couple of weeks that I've been here, and as I said, I've been here before. I've coming here over 10 years now to do coach education. And what I've seen with players, we have very, very good players. There's an under-15 tournament that just took place here, and the finals shows the quality that we have. Players are very, very good, and they're coachable. So once we can get that base developed, I think we're on a good pathway to do well. And that has to do with coaching, not just playing, because I think that's a development area that's very important to me. If I'm going to make any changes, that's the area I want to make the changes from, development of the youngsters, boys and girls. We had a camp this weekend, because I wanted to have a camp with the girls right away, because they are going to be playing in a tournament, really not a tournament really, but just practice games in a few more weeks in November. And we want to make sure they get a good start. My appointment was not something that was taken lightly. I don't take it lightly. I hit the ground running. From the first day I came on the Wednesday. The next morning we were on ground working, and we have not stopped anything since then. We have been continuing development all the time. So I look forward to the next couple of years, God's willing, that I'll be around and we can make it better.
Belize Coast Guard gives back to communities with free haircut and braiding services. That story right after the break.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Belize Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows, each generation building on the last, and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
The Belize Coast Guard is giving back to communities in southern Belize as students and teachers prepare for the new school year. Today, personnel visited Hopkins Village providing free haircuts and braiding services for children and adults of all ages. Senior Chief Joycelyn Galvez of the Belize Coast Guard told us more about the outreach and other communities they are hoping to impact.
Today we are giving back to the community by doing haircuts and hair braiding for the kids and school. We're doing it for community support and to know that Coast Guard cares about the community. In Dangriga, we did Dangriga for 2 days. We did last week Wednesday and yesterday, and we did a total of 50 personnel. We do it in Georgetown today. Tomorrow we'll be in Punta Gorda, Forest Home, and Big Falls. We're also doing it in Barranco. It's 9 communities that we're dealing with throughout this week. Only this week we put aside for this community service.
Kudos to the Belize Coast Guard for that wonderful initiative. And of course, it is popping up in other communities around the country as well, just days ahead of the reopening of school. And that concludes our newscast for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into Plus News. And be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we bring you all the latest happenings from around the country and also on issues that are impacting Belize externally. Until then, do have a lovely night. God bless. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.